All right, folks, here we go. High-speed range test on this bike, the all-new Wired Predator. Dual motor, 9,000 watts, 60 plus mile an hour, absolute powerhouse. How long does that power last? I've mapped out about a 22-ish mile course, I think, where I can maintain high speed. I'm going to try to stay in the 45, 50 plus mile an hour speeds and see how long it can do that. Fully charged, I'm at 84 volts. Now I made an adjustment to the settings in here because it's really hard to handle this bike, honestly, with full power. So what I've done is I've put the motor in the back at full power, fast start. And on the front, I've put it at slow start and 50% power. Trust me, that's plenty. I want this thing to be somewhat drivable. I don't really need that motor on the front at 100% full blast. It's pretty insane. You can watch my previous video to see that. So I'm trying to make it somewhat drivable. We're gonna try to keep it in dual motor the whole time. And I'm gonna go in here now, I'm gonna reset my trip meter, which is going to clear, the max watts, the average watts, average speeds, all that. That way we can keep track of it. All right, everything is cleared out. So let's get this underway. We're gonna go run this 22-mile course, hopefully keep it at high speed. I'm gonna try to do as fast as I can. All right, I'm all geared up. I got my DOT helmet on, I'm wearing armored jacket. I got long pants, I got boots, I got Kevlar lined gloves. I'm gonna do some speed on this bike. I'm gonna be prepared for it. So here we go, dual motor. Ease into that throttle. You're gonna see me switching back and forth between dual and single a lot. When I'm at low speed like this and I gotta do turns and stops, I'm gonna keep it in rear, just for the sake of drivability. And then we can flip to dual when we want to be powerful. All right. I mean, just that little run right there as it's 7,300 watts. And right now I'm holding about 3,000. I've tried to memorize this course so I can just do it all without stopping. We'll see. So at 50 miles an hour, I'm about 4,200 watts. Easily keeping up with traffic. I totally forgot to add mirrors though. I need mirrors. Well, you can easily keep up with 45 mile an hour traffic. Very easy to do that on this. I believe this is my turn. I'm gonna signal and pull off this way because I do have cars behind me. But that's a primary reason right now I'm working on a turn signal kit for this bike and the other wired bikes. It needs to have signals. If you're riding in traffic like this, where you're 45 mile an hour, and plus two, you don't want to, if you're going 50, you don't want to pull your hands off the bars to signal. It's not a comfortable feeling. All right, we had to wait there for a long time. All kinds of traffic in this intersection. Right now we're holding still in the 4,000 watts. I'm gonna pull over here because I do have cars that are behind me. I don't want to hold them up, and I also don't want to be going like 60 the whole time. We're gonna try to be nice to traffic today and drive safely. Okay, let that Mustang go. I mean, it's 55 on this road and I can go 55. I'm not even wide open on this throttle. Wide open on it is fast. you can do the speed limit. But I'd like to keep it in the 45-50 range. And I'm not even like twisting this throttle the whole way. I mean, right now I'm at 3,000 watts. This bike's capable of triple that. And I'm going 45. Look at that beautiful blue sky. The skies in North Carolina are pretty. All right, let's go single motor while I make this turn. All right, back to dual. Let's slow down. I see school zone there on the pavement. Well, the traffic behind me did not slow down for the school zone. They creeped up on me, so I'm going to pull over, just let them pass. Even though we can stay ahead of them, we'll just keep pace behind them. I realize I am a bicycle on the road. People aren't expecting this kind of speed and maneuvering out of me. All right, that is a lot of high speed running right there. We're showing motor temp 206. I mean, that seems fine. My only other concern would be the controller temperature, and I can't really see that. And it's inside the box. So you have no idea how hot those are getting. It is a really hot day in North Carolina. So, I mean, I don't know, I didn't bring anything to check, like temperature-wise in there. Let me feel with my bare hands what this feels like. Rear motor's hot. I mean, it's a hot motor. You're running so much power. Like, I wouldn't recommend like doing this for such long periods of time. If you're commuting, you're probably not doing what I'm doing. I'm out on the open country road just holding this for 10 miles straight at 4,000 or 5,000 watts. That's a lot of juice running through this thing. Let me feel the front. I mean, the front's warm too. I can still put my hand on it. It's not like burning me to the touch. Controller wise, I mean, I'd have to open the box. The outside of it is not hot. The bottom feels warmer because I know that one controller is mounted to the bottom. So I don't know, it hasn't overheated or shown me any warnings or anything on the screen. I'm at 76 volts. Okay, I looked it up. 76 volts would be 70% battery. So after 13, I powered off already. After 13 miles, I've burnt through 30% battery because I am gobbling it up fast. But let's continue on our trip. I want to see where we end up after the full 22 miles here. I don't know if you saw me do that there, but I waited until I was totally pointed straight before I hit the throttle because I'm in dual motor. This bike, you gotta watch. There's a lot of power here. You better respect it. And while we're slowing up, I can talk, not over the wind, but you can see the handlebars kind of being bouncy at times. And I haven't figured out if that's the tire or if it's just the frequency, this, the speed with which I'm hitting the road surface, or that it's the BMX bars that are so tall that you don't get a lot of weight over the front end. I'm not sure. Decrease so I can talk here. So under stress, the under, what do you want to call it? Blanking on the term right now. Voltage sag. That's what I want to say. Voltage sag. When I'm on throttle now, it's sagging down to about 70 volts. Now that I'm off the throttle, we're up to 74. I think once it hits 72 volts, you're at like 50% battery. So I'm approaching halfway done on the battery. I've gone 16 miles. This thing eats power. In dual motor mode, high speed, you're consuming some battery. Now, I mean, you could make this way more efficient if you're gonna actually pedal some. And probably if you were in more of a stop and go traffic scenario where you're not just constant 5,000 watt depletion, All right, I gotta go back. I gotta backtrack. I went way past where I was supposed to turn. I mean, when you're covering ground this fast, I totally blew by that turn. All right, this is my third time going past this road because the name of the road on the map is different than the street sign. This says Oak Branch, and on Google Maps it says Winston. So I've missed this turn like 3 times. I'm getting a little nervous because my battery indicator is down to like 1 bar there. Hopefully this is the right road. Okay, I finally know where I am now. I got close enough to home. I know where I'm at. I don't want to have to pedal home from here. But I'm losing battery fast. I'm at 66 volts. I'm not full throttle right now. Which, I mean, if I hit full throttle, it's only giving me 3,500 watts. About 3,500. So it's running out of juice right now. My camera batteries are dying too. I gotta hurry this up. And I'll say this. If you have a commute like this where you gotta go 45, 50 miles an hour for 20 something miles, I mean, just get a motorcycle, man. All right, we're getting close to home. I'll give it one last twist of the throttle here on this straight. Definitely lost a lot of power. I'm at 3,500 max, 3,300, 31. At this point, yeah, you better be on the way home. You better be close to home, I think. I can still go 40, but I got the throttle pinned right now. Okay, we did it. I'm gonna call it done there. I'm at 65.6 volts. 65.6 volts, and it's significantly down on power. It only gave me about a third of what the maximum was at the start. So, end of range. According to the display, I went 27.9 miles. We'll just call it 28. According to GPS, I went 27 miles. So they're about almost a mile apart. That's not bad. Max speed on the GPS was 54. Max speed here was 57. Max power 7,400 watts. I never really gave it a good twist right from the dig. That's how you get that high output number in the 9,000s. So average speed over this time was 28 miles an hour. Here's another interesting thing though. If I go back into the settings, hope you guys can see the screen. Average 37 miles an hour here. Average watts used 3,497. So 3,500 watts is what I was pulling out of this bike on average across that 27-mile ride. That's pretty high. That is pretty high. I mean, I basically went 40 to 50 miles an hour the entire time. I mean, if that's how you're gonna ride it, yeah, you're only gonna get 27 miles out of it. No one, I don't think is really gonna ride like that. where you're just holding it at 45, 50 miles an hour for 20, you know, I did it for like a stretch of 10 miles at a time there. I'm out on these country roads. There's no traffic lights. There's no stops. Another thing I'm surprised at is the motor temperature. I mean, 221 is what it says right now. I never saw it get over 228. So the motors stayed very cool. So nothing overheated or shut down, no error codes. It did that high speed, high power run for 27, 28 miles straight. I really didn't feel a big fade in the power until the very last couple miles. Like maybe the last 2 miles, I felt the power really drop off. But up until then, you had as much throttle as you could do. I mean, on those cruising at 45 to 50 miles an hour on those back roads, I wasn't even full throttle. I had it like maybe half to 3/4 twisted, and you're able to maintain that speed. It's just crazy power and speed in this thing. So there's your high speed test. How long can you pull massive power and speed out of this bike? About 27 miles. And of course, if you dial things back, I only use one motor, pedal some, lower pedal assist, lower speed, you're gonna go way further than that. So range is, everybody always asks me range, and it's so hard to give people a range number. It depends on so much stuff, the rider weight and the terrain and the hills. That was mostly flat that I rode today. There's not a lot of hills around me. But as I normally say, that is just one piece of data for you to consider. Are you gonna ride it like I just rode it? Hopefully you found this helpful. You got questions, drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. All right, I hustled back up to the garage so I could take a look at this real quick. We're gonna open up the compartment for controllers. I wanna see how hot everything is. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I wanna keep the temperature up. One last one. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It says 107, 108. On the bottom controller, top controller, 115. I mean, that doesn't seem that hot. If I do it on the rear motor, 133 it says on the outside. Front motor, 115. There you go. Nothing overheated. That's good.